monsoon.
I'm your host, Bobby the Brain.
Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to Prime Time Wrestling, where we feature the superstars of the World Wrestling Federation. Don't you feel a little bit undressed this week, Ben? I don't see Lance around anywhere. Your attorney at large. Is he still at large? Sort of left here in a hurry last week.
Well, it's none of your business or anybody else's business, but he had a personal family emergency that came up that I'm not at liberty to go into.
He has a back problem as well. The big yellow stripe running right down the middle.
Well, I don't
resembles a lot of guys that you associate
I don't
with.
have to go into that. You're starting off the program right away by knocking me.
Well, might as well.
Me down.
Why not? Might as well do it now.
Sure, get it over with.
Still got the horse collar on. How much longer are you going to have that?
My physician says I must continue to wear this.
Did you tell him what I told you might be happening? You might be cutting the circulation of blood to your brain?
No, you don't have to worry about my brain. My brain acts like that.
Got some great matches lined up here this week on Primetime Wrestling. Going to be taking a look at Outback Jack and, of course, our feature, the Honky Tonk Man, the guy with probably the least amount of musical ability I know right now in the World Wrestling Federation.
You know, the other day I had to go to Memphis, Tennessee, and I had to do a couple interviews there. And Graceland, Elvis Presley's home, is right there, and they have tours that go through there.
Right.
And one of the security guards asked me, they said, "Have you seen the Honky Tonk Man?"
Please.
I said, "What do you mean?" He says, "Everybody seems to be coming here. They want to see him."
Get out of my face with that garbage. Right now, let's go to our opening match, the Ace against another cowboy.
This contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing in the ring at this time, from Kansas City, weighing 248 pounds, the Ace, Cowboy Bob Orton. His opponent, making his way to the ring, is from Calgary, Alberta, weighing 245 pounds, Cowboy Frankie Lane.
Against Ace, Cowboy Bob Orton. He's got a bullwhip there.
Like I'm at a rodeo.
He's got a bullwhip. Well, he'll need more than a bullwhip, I'm afraid, with the ring technician, the Ace. No relation to the Frankie Lane mule train-ish type, is he?
I don't know.
Could it possibly be his son, maybe? Bell's gone, we're underway. Nice arm drag. Can't say by the cowboy because they're both cowboys. You have to be a little more specific. Uh-oh, that one was almost over right away. Ace, Cowboy Bob Orton, I don't care what you say about the guy, whether you like him or dislike him.
In the sports today.
Highly unlikely that you will find anyone that can do as many things as well as he does inside that squared circle. Very dangerous individual. Learned a lot of that from his dad, I understand.
Dad's a very mean man. Happens to be a good friend of mine.
Yes, he is. You got all mean friends. You're naturally mean, that's why.
Thank you. Why shouldn't I be? Look at the way I'm treated.
Hey, you had the golden chance of an opportunity. Silverdome, Pontiac, Michigan.
Hey,
chance
talk about the match.
Have the heavyweight championship of the world in your own stable, and you blew it.
Talk about the match. I didn't blow it. I was
talking about the match for the Silverdome.
Oh,
you don't want to
talk about Bob Orton here.
Handful of hair by Lane.
Never touched it.
Said he never touched it. We could show him a replay if you want to see one. He's going to make Orton mad here in a minute.
I don't think you want to do that.
No. He'll lay that superplex on you and make you wish there was something. Caught him with one right in the proboscis. Now they're out here on our broadcast table and ramming him right into the bell. However, it didn't ring. Lane may need a little help here to get back inside. Frankie, actions that way. Suplex from the outside by the Ace. Look how long he's holding him up there. And they have all that blood rushing to his head. Looks like a statue. Oh, nailed him with it. He said something to your brain. What was it? I couldn't hear him.
Looked like 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe 5:30 or 12:30. Orton obviously having a good time.
It's the world's longest suplex, Monsoon.
Could have been the record. We don't know. Look out. Way up top turnbuckle. Look at the balance.
The man can do it all.
Ah. Yes, Ace is indeed having a good time at the expense of Cowboy Frankie Lane.
You know, it's the way he's just putting the man where he wants him. Puts him down, picks him up, knocks him down. Look at that, effective.
Not a whole lot behind those punches. Oh, knocked him right over the top rope.
Look at the look on Orton's face. He's enjoying what he's doing. He's having a good time.
Very sadistic individual. Has masochistic tendencies.
And he likes to hurt people.
Yeah. Lane may be going to the locker room. Could be one of the smartest moves he's made. Highly unlikely that he's going to put a dent in the win career of Ace Cowboy Bob Orton. But it's a valiant effort on his part. Got to give credit where credit is due. I don't see any of your guys in your family anxious to sign any contracts with Orton's name on it.
We have no reason to.
No. Don't you think that any of them would
I don't
like
see
to?
a whole lot of people want to sign the names up.
Ooh. Caught his attention with that one. A couple of forearms, not a whole lot behind that. Wow. Brought that one from left field. I think he knocked him out. Orton. Power slam or shoulder breaker perhaps coming up. Looks like a power slam to me. Gave us a double clutch there.
Yep.
Power slam indeed, nailed him with it.
That's it.
Hooks the leg, goodbye.
You have just witnessed a great display of wrestling.
I think that Orton showed a little mercy. Let's get the official win.
Here is your winner, the Ace Cowboy, Bob Orton.
Well, he could have given that superplex off the top, but he didn't. He chose not to. Instead, wrapped him up very nicely. Let's go back and take a look. He gave us, that was a sign for you, I think, Brain.
Yes, it was.
Called the old double clutch.
Double clutch, double Fernum.
Nails him with this beautiful power slam. Nobody going to get up from that. Knocked the wind right out of Frankie Lane. Ace in rare form here in Toronto's Maple Leaf Gardens. Plenty more action still to come. We'll be back. Well, Ace had a good time in Toronto, didn't he?
He enjoyed himself.
He certainly did, at the expense of Cowboy Frankie Lane.
It's another piece of
Give me
meat.
some information, what's going on with the reigning monarch? How's he doing?
The King?
Yeah,
The King Harley Race is doing just fine.
he is, huh?
Why wouldn't he be?
I don't know. I'm asking. I haven't seen
No, you're up to
anything.
something.
Haven't seen anything in print about him lately, or
Well,
haven't
yeah,
heard from him. Or usually I
Well,
run
you
into
read,
him
you
once in a
probably
while.
hang around the supermarkets and read those rags they sell there by the gum.
Thought maybe that I could get some insight, but obviously,
Have you
He's-
blab it to the world?
well, that's what we're here for, to tell the fans out there what's going on here in the World Wrestling Federation.
No, we're not.
Well, why are we here, Brain?
I don't know why you're here. I'm here to,
Host the program.
he said it, not me. Now I guess you know who the host is.
Oh, you're dreaming. We've got plenty of exciting things coming up this week on Prime Time. We're going to take a look at in just a moment at the continuing Superstar Billy Graham story. Well, it's review time here in the World Wrestling Federation. It's time where we bring you up to date on all the late-breaking events here. And one of the things predominant in my mind, Brain, one of the most interesting things going on right now is the latest discovery of the devious one, Mr. Fuji, referring to Killer Khan.
Killer Khan. He was voted the most eligible bachelor in Mongolia.
Please. Why do you come up with these ridiculous facts all the time?
Good-looking guy.
Well, I'll tell you what, he does some really strange things,
Strange guy.
not only inside the ring, but outside the ring. And right now we're going to bring you some special footage of Killer Khan indeed in some of the more
Strange
unusual
footage.
things that he does.
He's strange.
Oh, you look at Killer Khan's face. You look his face. So ugly. Everybody afraid. In fact, in Japan, if they see him nighttime, they run away. They said, oh, Bucky, oh, Bucky. He said face like vampire, like devil, like the demon. He has face of fear. But I can be prepared.
What is that? Was that a meditation part of his training, or what was that?
He's unwinding.
Unwinding?
Mm-hmm. Just relaxing, probably. I don't know. I'm
Guy's
not
really
Mongolian.
strange.
It's a little bit peculiar, yeah. But
Leave it to Fuji to come up with something like that.
I don't think Fuji's done yet.
Never know when Fuji's done. This guy does unbelievable things. We're going to take you now to... You having a problem? You're still in a lot of pain, huh?
A little bit of pain, yes.
Not nearly the pain that I'm in. Our continuing story of superstar Billy Graham. First of all, we saw Superstar, some of the fantastic things that he's accomplished in his career here in the World Wrestling Federation, and we brought you up to date on his injury, and that last week, that very, very, shall we say, specific film of the operation that was a little bit gory, so to speak. And this week, we're going to take a look at the continuing story of superstar Billy Graham, and maybe this guy is going to come back to the world of wrestling. Let's go to the footage.
Hi everyone, welcome to part 3 of our special report on superstar Billy Graham. As you may know, the former World Wrestling Federation heavyweight champ is now walking around with a metal left hip after undergoing 5 hours of surgery recently. Now, we talked to the superstar prior to the operation, anticipating some sort of retirement statement. That's not exactly what we got.
Superstar Billy Graham, my career will not be over, even though the surgeons told me, Superstar Billy Graham, your career is finished. You'll never wrestle again. But Superstar Billy Graham will come back. I am the survivor.
Now, keep in mind, that was prior to the operation. Graham underwent this extensive surgery in a Los Angeles hospital. With his muscle tissue grinding against his bone, he really had no other choice. Now, I don't think there's a better way to depict the extent of this operation than to actually show you part of it. I do want to warn you, this footage is visually graphic and explicit, and some of you may want to turn your heads.
Okay, you're going to be drifting off to sleep now.
Noted orthopedic surgeon Dr. Lawrence Dorr performed the operation, and we asked him about the superstar's future.
Without this operation, Superstar could not walk. Therefore, we cannot expect him to return to wrestling, even with a successful operation.
Never wrestle. 2 words superstar Billy Graham has never used in the same sentence. Despite the suffering, the operation, despite having a new metal hip, it all appears to be nothing more than an obstacle for Graham. The superstar is now back in training, and I caught up with him on one of his first workouts back home in the mountains of Arizona.
I'm a survivor. I had to come back to my roots out here with the snakes, the scorpions, the serpents. Superstar Billy Graham, I missed the roar of the crowd. It's in my blood to hear the pandemonium.
You have done it all, certainly in the World Wrestling Federation, a champion for 4 years. What can be gained? Whoa! You need a hand.
Oh, no, don't touch me. I'm gonna make it. I don't care if I gotta crawl. I don't care if I fall. I'm gonna get to the top of this mountain, and I'm not gonna have any help from anybody. I'm gonna conquer it. I'm coming back. I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna give up.
All right, next week the superstar goes back to the gym. We'll be there to tell you about it.
Talk about determination. I've never seen the likes of determination like
What a mentality. Now, if you had a bad hip and we're coming back to recuperate, would you walk through a desert?
Obviously, you don't know all the kinds of therapy that there are. Psychosomatic medicine can do great wonders, especially for a guy like superstar Billy Graham.
You're talking about a guy that walks through the desert day and night, the sun beating on his head. He's got the mentality of a dried raisin.
But that's part of his bag. That's his home. Arizona's his home. He's used to that kind of temperature, that kind of heat. What are you looking for? You looking for something special? I know you're upset to begin with.
Well, tell them a bit about this calendar right here.
Well, I can tell you that your picture's not in there.
That's correct. I've been looking for you. Waste time. We got a picture of Santana.
This is the latest edition of the World Wrestling Federation.
The Savage and Elizabeth.
1987 calendar, of which you are unaware, but where you have a special offer coming up.
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. All wasted photography as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, because you're not in there, right?
Well,
Humpty
exactly.
Dumpty's not in there. Prime Time Wrestling is going to be giving a special free offer.
Mr. Wonderful's in here.
Benedict Arnold as well as in. This is a special free offer from Prime Time Wrestling to our many viewers. If you'd like to receive one of these calendars, we will randomly pick 100 postcards. You must send in a postcard with your return address on it, and you must send it in to Prime Time Calendar Offer, P.O. Box 3864, Stamford, Connecticut 06905. And as I said, in a couple of weeks, we will randomly pick 100 of those postcards.
Free?
Yeah, free. This is a free offer to all
Why
the great
should they
prime
get something
time.
free? Here.
Why should they?
Let me give you people something.
You're jealous.
I'm not jealous about a thing.
We'll be back.
Why isn't my picture?
Well, we're back, folks, and we're going to be taking a look at just a moment at two rising stars here in the World Wrestling Federation. I'm referring
Shadows.
to Paul Roma and Jimmy Powers. Here's two guys who have everything going for them: youth, speed, agility, power, strength.
They should be on the dating game, those two guys. Sitting up there trying to beg for a date.
What is this your week to be jealous of everything?
I'm not jealous of anybody. So what have I got to be jealous about?
Well, who you got? Handsome Harley, right?
That's right.
Give me a break.
Bundy.
Oh, please.
Mr. Wonderful.
We're going to go now
Andre
to
the Giant.
Broad and Patterson, the Philadelphia Spectrum, for this interesting tag team match. Their opposition, the Shadows.
Introducing from Kensington, New York, weighing 235 pounds, Paul Roma. And his partner from New York City, New York, weighing 230 pounds, Jim Powers. And their opponents, from parts unknown, the Shadows.
Well, Lord Alfred, what do we know about the Shadows? I think their first appearance at the Spectrum. We know about Jim Powers and Paul Roma.
Well, I've only heard of the Shadows by reputation, and their reputation, quite honestly, is a little unsavory, but however, they are extremely successful, and this is going to be just the strongest test possible for young Powers and young Roma, who have combined their talents recently in the last few months most successfully. In fact, I believe they've only lost one of their matches, and that was an unfortunate verdict for them. But they're young men, they can overcome that. I look for a lot from these youngsters.
Well, you got two very clean-cut young men, Powers and Roma. And on the other side, the Shadows, and by virtue of their dark attire, those very heavy boots, leather boots, and the mask and all that, very, very formidable, very mysterious. Well, a little push and shove on the ropes, back and forth, in the corner. They got to break it.
Keep those hands open.
All right, referee, you heard him say keep those hands open, warning the two participants in the ring.
The bulk of the Shadows is in the ring at the moment, and I would say, judging by the way he moves, he's very, very experienced.
Oh, yeah.
And Powers, I think, had better keep his eyes closely on this very chunky person that he's in the ring with, because he looks to know a lot about wrestling.
I was about to say, I saw the Shadow give Powers in the corner a few minutes back an elbow, and I just saw that again. Arm drag takedown, nicely done by Jim Powers. Standing drop kick. Whoa, he's on a roll.
By Powers.
Side headlock. Powers very well set up, trying to make a tag. Powers kicks the other guy. Oh, nice maneuver. Still maintains that side headlock, but now there's a tag on the other side. Paul Roma's in. He picks up the side headlock. And being shoved by sheer weight, being shoved toward the other corner, tries to kick the arm of the other Shadow. Oh! Oh! How about this man? Looky here. 2-on-1. Paul Roma in control.
Both men trapped by that beautiful move by Roma, who had the headlock on the bulkier of the Shadows and just caught the other Shadow neatly in a head scissors.
Well, Paul Roma, there's a tag made on the Shadow's opponent. They've changed partners. Now Roma's got the side headlock on him.
Shadow with that side headlock on Roma, pushing him, trying to get him against the ropes. Roma managed to switch that, nicely done.
Oh, look out.
Good
Roma,
shoulder tackle.
Roma there, look at the eyes. They bore holes right through you. Look at him, he's intense.
I think this Shadow was rather shocked by the fact that Roma has so much power. He's only carrying 235 pounds, but there's a lot of dynamite strength in that young man.
Now he's a real comer. I don't mean to say he's just brand new, he's not. But he hasn't been around as long as perhaps the Shadows. We don't know who they are, from parts unknown. There's a battle of strength right there. Looked like a hair pull. I don't know whether the referee saw. Yeah, he did see it. He's warning him. Don't ask him if he pulled hair. He's going to get a negative answer on that. Who, me? No way. Oh, shoulder block, takedown. Roma down. Wisely ducks. Oh, nicely. Oh, beautiful. Whoa!
Oh, Roma putting together some very nicely executed moves there. And the Shadow finished up definitely on the wrong end of that.
That was beautifully done by Paul Roma. Oh, lovely.
Shadow wondering what on earth happened to him then. Roma really making an impression on this packed audience here this evening, Dick.
Well, the referee's a little bit impatient. The two Shadows talking, trying to discuss strategy right now. And the referee getting on their case, but we're back in action again.
Well, I think they're allowed to discuss a little strategy, don't you, Dick? I mean, you've got to give them a little time.
Look at the speed.
Wow,
Roma's just quick. Oh yeah. Well, the tag, the Shadow, the short end of it, he scurries over to the other ring corner and he wants to make a tag. The guy says, hey, not me, man. That's your thing, you do it.
Roma kept his wits about him there, hung onto the ropes and planted that boot right squarely on the forehead of the smaller of the Shadows, and he tagged out in a hurry.
Roma just displaying agility that just won't quit. Takes a knee lift in the midsection. Whoa, how about
Saved
that,
there,
folks?
saved by Powers for his partner. Excellent teamwork, these young men.
Shadow gets a chop to the midsection. Oh, the fans are loving it, man. The fans are loving it. And you talk about upset. The Shadows are really tearing it.
These two youngsters from New York are giving a lesson in tag team wrestling to the Shadows. Now, when they started, I thought the Shadows were very well coordinated, but the Powers and Roma combination have blasted them these last few minutes.
That was beautifully done. I'll tell you, these guys really work well together. Talking about Jim Powers and Paul Roma. Roma, just look at the eyes, very intense. He misses nothing. Look, his eyes are, he's watching, yeah, smart, backs off, keeps moving. If there were a wall there, he'd have his back to it. He knows.
Go ahead, Dick, go ahead. I was just going to say, it's obvious that these young men work out very, very hard in the gymnasium. At the moment, not one of them sweating.
Well, Paul Roma on the receiving end of a body slam. There's a drop, nobody home. Oh, that hurts.
And that hurt my knees as well, Dick.
You bet.
Just watching that. They're trapping the big Shadow in the corner there.
Oh, they're going to make a wish. Whoa! You talk about stretching the hamstrings. Jim Powers and Paul Roma did that. Now Powers dropping an elbow on the Shadow. Dropping another elbow on him. Referee with his back being distracted by the Shadow.
Powers and Roma now showing that they're definitely a threat in one of the hotly contested divisions of professional wrestling, that of tag team matching. And I would say right now, that they are making an example of the Shadows, which everybody should be watching.
That's right. Well, Jim Powers pulls the Shadow back in. Referee warns the other Shadow out again. And now there's a tag.
1, 2. I think Powers and Roma there are testing the eyesight and memory of the referee.
That's right. He didn't see the tag, although we did. But the referee missed him. He didn't bat an eye.
Well, both these young men look a little alike, do they not?
Oh, look at the balancing act. Oh! Oh! Ah! Pull those hamstrings. Well, you saw the act.
Another change there by Powers and Roma. I would say they're experimenting, Dick, to see what they can get away with here.
For sure. For sure.
Whereas the Shadows, they're not getting away with a lot, quite honestly.
And you know, with the power of Jim Powers, he literally dragged the Shadow away from the edge of the ring, right to the dead center. Now he's skirting over there. He's trying to make that tag. He made it. All right. We got to change now. One Shadow for the other. We don't know who they are. Only they do. Oh, leg trip takes him down. Drops that elbow right in the midsection. Drops that elbow on the arm again.
Powers working heavily on that left leg of the smaller of the Shadows.
There's a tag. Roma back in. Whoa!
Oh, what a move there by Roma.
Roma's so quick. Both these guys beautifully built. Not carrying an ounce of fat on them. Look at it. Dropping that leg. Nice leg drop on the other leg of the Shadow.
Roma and Powers not only polishing their individual skills, but obviously they've been polishing their tag team tactics as well, Dick.
You know, I don't think...
Wow, Philadelphia Spectrum not being too kind, as you can see, to the Shadows.
I just figured it out.
What?
I know who Roman Powers are going to eventually wind up dating.
Who?
The Doublemint twins.
Please.
Only thing I can see.
Lord Alfred Hayes and Dick Graham bringing us all the action from the Spectrum. We'll be back for the conclusion.
We're on the air.
Powers and Roma, two exciting individuals,
I'll
and
tell 'em.
they certainly is it.
Somebody in the lobby to see you. Better not be Patera.
What are you getting so upset about?
I know what you're planning. I know what you're trying to do to me.
Philadelphia
You're not going to drive me nuts.
You're
not going to ruin my mind and drive me nuts.
Either Paul Roma or Jim Powers is even out of breath after all this action, you know? They're in great shape.
They really are.
Oh, tag made, Jim Powers. Oh, we're going to make a wish. Oh, yeah. Pulling those hamstrings. Oh, boy. The Shadows, I think, will wish they had not made an appearance in Philadelphia before this night's over.
Well, right now, all the offense has been on the side of the two young New Yorkers, and I'm afraid the Shadows really haven't made much of a showing. Here we go.
Oh, man. This is Pain City.
Figure four by Powers. And unless the other Shadow comes in, I'm afraid this is going to be the finish here. We could have the verdict right now.
All right. The other Shadow drops an elbow on Jim Powers. We're partially blocked from the action, but now the tag is made. He's back in, takes his head off the top turnbuckle.
Get off the hair,
again.
Shadow, off the hair.
Shadow's quick to follow up that advantage. They have Powers in some trouble here. Tremendous clothesline. Down goes Powers, and now they're in trouble. Neck breaker.
Nice,
across.
Very nice maneuver, though. Kick out by Powers.
A little sloppy with that cover there. I'm quite surprised at the Shadows.
Keep that hand open, Shadow. You got that? Keep it open.
Maybe a little complacent.
Referee says to the Shadow, keep those hands open.
Keep that hand open.
And he didn't. He had his back to the referee a moment ago. Gave him a second knuckle sandwich.
Watch that choke, ref.
Shadow with that headlock on Jim Powers. And Powers unable to tag out at this point, but quite a resilient young gentleman.
Fight, let's go.
Roma on the outside urging Powers not to quit, to fight back. And Powers trying to do that.
Well, Jim Powers in trouble, but trying to get it on. up on both feet again. He's trying to break just sheer strength right now, and he's broken the hold temporarily, at least. Paul Roma took a shot to the face. Front face lock, kind of. Trying to make that tag. Couldn't make it. Oh, did he make it?
Made.
Did he make it?
Yes, he made it, Jack.
All right, Roma back in now.
Let's go.
I'm afraid the Powers is not quite sure of his ground where he is. Oh, my word.
He ducked out of the way. Roma ran into the ring, right into the ring corner.
Just a little inexperience, I should say, showing through there by Roma. And the New Yorkers now definitely in a little trouble.
Well, the referee's being faked out by one shadow. The other's working Roma over in the corner. Well, referee, you want to get their attention, disqualify him. James Roma on the short end and the other. Oh, nice maneuver. Nice maneuver by Paul Roma. Oh, body slam. Tag made. Roma out in a moment. Powers in. Looks like 2-on-1 right here. Nope. Powers had a little breather. He's back in action. That tag made. Uh-oh. Ooh.
Shadows showing a lot more teamwork. Right now.
Oh, he's outside the ring. Comes crashing to the floor. Jim Powers right in front of our location here on Prism Television. Ringside at the Spectrum. World Wrestling Federation action. Jim Powers trying to get up. A little profile. And one of the shadows takes off after him. Slams his head on the table. They got to get back in, both of them, before they're counted out.
Referee's attention diverted here. In the meantime, the Shadow's trying to work on Powers and really giving this young man a tough time on the outside of the ring.
And Roma's over this side of the ring, outside, alongside his buddy, Jim Powers. Roma trying to help him back in.
Tear him up.
And also
Tear him up. Come on.
See if he gets back in without any hassle.
Powers waiting patiently, but I'm afraid he got into the ring
suplex
too
from outside
there.
in.
Suplex by the Shadow, holding him a long time.
Oh.
Tremendous suplex there by the Shadow. And this is, in comes Roma, and he had to make that save because that was the end for Powers right there and then.
The Powers hit both his head and his shoulders on that suplex a moment ago. The tag is made somehow, and the Shadows switch positions.
The momentum has swung here, Dick, in favor of the Shadows now. They've really picked up their pace, and they're doing terribly well. I'm afraid they're doing terribly well because Powers and Roma are right out of it at the moment.
Well, he's got that, I think the rope from the ring corner is around the neck. Yeah, it was around the neck of Jim Powers, and he had his forearm over it, so the referee didn't necessarily see the choking rope. Here's a kick to the side of the head. Powers, gamer, he's trying to fight back. He's in the bad part of town. 2 against 1. Smashed his head off the top turnbuckle. Tag made. One shadow for another. Shadow.
Tremendous right by the bigger of the Shadows.
A little
body hug there on Powers, but I don't think that will do much good against Powers. He is not the type that you can get a body hug on and make him submit.
The other thing about that, Lord Alfred Hayes, the fact that Powers has taken a lot of beating the past 5 minutes, maybe. And Roma's trying to get the crowd involved now a little bit more on their side. It looks like Powers is hanging by a thread.
Fight! Come on!
Powers hanging on.
Fire him up! Fire him up!
This Shadow seems to have just tremendous upper body strength. And he's really got that hold snuggled in. Powers now fighting and fighting.
He's getting that strength from somewhere. Powers is making a comeback. Well, up to the moment, they're caught an elbow as he's rushing in.
Run straight into that back elbow by the Shadows. Powers still in a lot of trouble here. As you say, Dick, has taken a terrific amount of punishment. Caught it. Pulled the knees up right into the middle section. And the Shadow now is down. Can he make that tag?
How many times we see a guy look at his chops? He's going to do it. He winds up in the air, and the guy lifts his knees. Oh! Beautiful maneuver by Jim Powers. He's got to make that tag or he's in bad trouble. All right. And the crowd comes alive. Paul Roma is ready.
Roma in a house on fire. Tremendous back elbow. In comes the other Shadow. He's stopped by Roma. Roma slams him.
Roma's on a tear.
Slams the other Shadow. What a performance. A great drop kick.
Beautiful.
What a drop kick. What a right-hander. Shadow in for the ride. Another tremendous drop kick by Roma.
Well, the tag is made. Jim Powers had a breather, and now the tag is made. Oh, abdominal stretch. Whoa, this may be all she wrote. I don't know.
Powers in with that hold. And the Shadow is slumping over to his left there. And I would imagine that Powers has got that on beautifully.
Oh. All right, Pearl Harbor job on Jim Powers.
All four men in the ring. The referee is losing his control of this match.
Break it up, break it up.
Not able to stop either of these Shadows.
Paul Roma's out. Jim Powers, 2-on-1.
And that just leaves Powers in here by himself.
Oh!
This clothesline.
Beautiful.
A trip by Roma on the outside.
Got it.
Powers got it.
Well done, man. Well done. Beautiful.
Great victory by those two youngsters from New York. Another one in the record book.
I'll tell you, that was beautifully done, man. I'll tell you, that was beautiful. Let's get the official.
Here are your winners. That sensational young team of Jim Powers and Paul Roma.
Why don't you tell me? Why don't you go check on it?
Why are you worried about?
Well, you go check.
What?
Earn your money. Do something around here.
What is it? What are you getting on my case?
I want to
for?
know who's
Listen,
out in the lobby.
let
to
me
see
tell
you.
you something. You clean up your own house before you start making any accusations about things going on around here.
What are you referring to?
I'm referring to some of the things that went down out in Beverly Hills involving Miss Betty and Victor.
Where'd you hear about that?
Well, the Gorilla Vine brings in all that information.
That was I had nothing to do with that. That was a private party.
Yeah, left a lot to be desired, I understood.
I want to know who's out in the lobby.
Well, why don't you take a hike and
I've
go
called
and
on
find
the phone.
out.
The girl out there is totally illiterate. She can't answer the phone. This guy here, he's got a rented T-shirt on.
Everybody's
He can't even
incompetent
go out
but
there.
you, right?
I want to know who's out there to see you.
Maybe, maybe it's Lance. Maybe
no, it wouldn't be Lance. He has personal tragedy at home.
He won't be with us any longer.
Better not be Patera.
Plenty
That's
more
what I'm telling you
action
right
still
now.
to come this week here on Prime Time
you
Wrestling.
still here?
We'll be back in a moment.
Well, somebody go answer. Surprised. Everybody don't tell us.
So what?
Nobody tells me what's
Madison
going on
Square
here.
Garden, a location for our next matchup, featuring the Poet Laureate of the World Wrestling Federation, Leaping Lanny Poffo. Ah, listen to that music. That's one guy's music and one guy. I'm talking about Coco Beware. Welcome to Primetime Wrestling.
All right, thank you. Glad to be here, Mark.
It certainly is a pleasure for you to be
All
here.
right.
Frankie, how are you?
He feels good.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Take a look. This is the guy and the bird that you've been making so many derogatory remarks about.
I never said a word about him or the bird.
Look here, Frankie. That's your first cousin. Frankie, hey, he loves wimps. And he loves
Weasels.
weasels. Oh, yeah, weasels.
Who do you think you are coming on my television show here and insulting me in front of millions of people? You weren't invited by me.
This is not your television show.
He's a standing invitation from me to come here at any time.
Oh, you couldn't get Ken Patera, the other jailbird, so you picked up any bird you could find on the street, right?
Please, give me
I guess
a
a bird to you is a bird. It doesn't matter what
lots of
kind of a
exciting
bird.
things going on right now in the World
Put a
Wrestling
stop to this.
Federation, and I think that you've got a tremendous feud going with that Danny Davis.
Yeah,
I don't
well,
know
he
what
called
else to
himself
call him.
Dangerous Danny Davis.
Dangerous.
But I guess so, you know, he's behind the Hart Foundation and everything like that. You know, you got to give Danny credit for it because he's beginning to make a name for himself in the World Wrestling Federation. But
I think Danny Davis has to go a long
Don't
way
put
to
me
get
on
by
hold.
somebody like you, though, Coach.
Well, I'm telling you, he knows he's paying his dues every time he steps in the ring with the Birdman.
Because you're always in great shape. And
That's
you're
right.
Always,
I feel good.
Boy, you're
You'll be gone
electrifying,
in a
you're
minute.
exciting.
What's wrong with this guy here?
Coach, thanks for coming by. Really, why don't
Come
you,
here.
yeah,
Get on
give
that
me a little
weasel,
special
okay?
invitation. Oh, I love it.
Hey,
yes.
I'm allergic to birds. Get that thing off me.
I love it.
That's
Get
your
that
bird.
right now. Let's
Off me.
go
What's
to
wrong? That
Madison
dirty
Square
thing off
Garden
me.
for our special matchup with
want
Leaping
to
Lanny
hold it.
Poffo.
Somebody get the director out here. Get
Let's
that
go
dirty
ahead.
thing
Give it
off
to him,
me.
Coach.
What do you think?
Oh, put it right on.
277 pounds, Dave Barbie. His opponent from Downers Grove, Illinois, weighing 252 pounds, Leaping Lanny Poffo. As per custom, when Mr. Poffo prepares to wrestle, he has a poem for us all.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Jerry Lewis has some kids that need your helping hand and a miracle or two from up above. Every year his telethon reminds us we're a family, united by the healing bonds of love. Helping those less fortunate is never out of style. There's a human being in each wheelchair. Every dollar says I love you in a very special way, so dig down deep and show them that you care. It brings great satisfaction just to know you've done your best, for here on earth, God's work must be our own. When he sings his final song, let's all join in together, so one day Jerry's kids can walk alone.
Wow, what a tremendous tribute by Leaping Lanny Poffo, the poet laureate.
Oh,
of the
no,
World
he's gonna get-
Oh, thank you, Lanny.
I don't want
We'll
one,
give, We'll
Poffo.
give it out here. There it goes.
I don't want one.
Oh, another one. One goes in that direction over there. one for that side. One for that side over there.
Give Bobby one.
Why don't I get the throwing?
Oh! That side over there. We got one more. You want to throw one out? What happened? You want to throw one out? There goes the last one. Thanks, Lanny. What happened? Did you get hurt? I told you, those flying saucers are dangerous. Almost as dangerous as a belt. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, my neck hurts again.
Your neck hurts again. You got any medication with you?
Blindsided me with that frisbee.
Blindsided you was right between the eyes. Gorilla Monsoon here at ringside with the injured one, Bobby the Brain Heenan and his lordship, Alfred Hayes. Barbie, once he decides and learns how to use that 300 pounds plus of his, he's going to be something to deal with.
He really is. He's a big, strong young man. He's only a lad, really. But Poffo is such an experienced wrestler. He may be able to deal with all the size that Barbie has.
Well, he's got so many things in his arsenal, Poffo has, that he doesn't want to deal with having to match strength and power with Barbie. Look at this. Whoa, picked him up like a rag doll.
So
Wow.
easy. The power in Barbie is just incredible.
It's not the height of the fall that bothers you. It's that sudden impact.
It's a sudden stop.
Yes, you know about that.
Yes, I just had a frisbee stop right between my eyes.
What's the final diagnosis now? How long are you going to be wearing that neck brace, Brain?
Well, I'm not sure yet.
Oh.
Why, you planning a big get well party for me?
No, not really. But, maybe we'd have something.
A very astute move.
Why don't
there.
you wash it once in a while? It's filthy, dirty.
It's not dirty. That's the color of it.
Ring around the collar. Supreme ring around the collar.
It's tan. That's the color of
It's
it.
tan. What did they say? It was a fractured transverse process? Or what was it?
Well, the
what was a medical term used?
He
Sprained
said
neck, right?
Well, that's what the doctors that evening diagnosed it. My physician says I've with my in the cervical area in
Cervical
the
vertebrae, the high ones.
yes,
right.
with the disc and the nerves, and it's pinched a nerve, and it's causing me it hurts.
Pain.
Yes.
Suffering.
Yes.
Sounds like a lawsuit to me.
It's a bad case of ex-con-itis.
Excuse me. Barbie on the receiving end right now. Referee admonishing Lanny about a handful of hair.
Poffo made some really nice moves there, put them together, and Barbie, for all his size, all his bulk, he doesn't seem to be making a lot of progress against young Lanny Poffo.
Barbie's starting to resort to some of the less popular things.
He is a most awesome opponent to face in the ring.
He'll be dangerous once he gets it down a little bit.
It's taken such a long time for him, though, Gorilla.
Followed him right in nicely there. Well, some guys are slower to learn than others, Albert.
That's true, and at times he looks absolutely devastating, but he doesn't seem to be able to carry.
And a clothesline up. Luckily for Poffo, he got that right hand on the rope there right at the last moment.
You can never count Poffo out, though. He may be down right now, but he still has a lot of things, a lot of tricks in his bag.
You know, he personally autographs every one of those Frisbees that he throws out with those poems on it. And if you come up, Leaping Lanny will be more than happy to autograph one for you at any time. He's very good that way with it.
Say, that's a big treat.
So I've never seen any of your guys do anything like that.
Why would we?
Why wouldn't you?
Why should we?
Why should you? Because you have a lot of loyal fans out there.
Good, they can go get a Frisbee from Poffo. They're getting one from my family. All they do with it, if I did give them a Frisbee, probably give it to you and you'd throw it at me.
Understand there's a great overabundance of Bobby the Brain Heenan dolls now. They're not moving very well.
Hottest item on the
coming out
market.
with one with a collar on it, I understand.
Oh, sure, you'd like that. Something else to try to ridicule me and make fun of me.
Barbie backing off from Poffo now. The situation's changed somewhat. The big man doesn't seem to be too keen to mix it up with Poffo.
I'm surprised Lanny hasn't put him away yet, Alfred. I really am.
I don't know, he has a lot of stamina, the big man.
Leaping Lanny Poffo certainly having his problems in Madison Square Garden with a big 305-pounder, Dave Barbie. This match a long way from me. Who's that, your lawyer again? Is that Lance?
Just a minute. I'm on the
Is that
phone.
Lance Wilshire?
No, it's your
Thank
replacement,
God.
pal.
We're going to be back in just a moment with the exciting conclusion of this matchup.
I'm on the phone. Don't wrap me up now. I'm on the phone.
We're about to take you back to Madison Square Garden. If you know how valuable this time is, this air time is. You waste more of it on that telephone.
I'm not
every
wasting
week.
time. I happen to be on. You bring out a guy out here with a miserable pigeon, makes a mess here, things contaminated.
He's liable to come back. Let's go back to the Garden.
Go ahead.
But that power is so awesome. Look at that. Just two great moves there by Barbie, and he never seems to be able to really follow it up. Now look at that.
Doesn't bother to hook a leg or anything.
A sloppy attempt at pinning him. He needs a manager or a trainer or a better
job.
coach or something.
I think Barbie spends a lot of time in the gym, and he has a basic knowledge of wrestling, but he doesn't have a great knowledge, and he doesn't know when to execute things. He's trying to rely on strength. That's not going to do it.
I think you're right.
Sounds like
everything you said there.
sounds like you want to take him under your wing.
Oh, I could make a champion out of him.
You can't even make a champion out of anybody you got in your stable. How are you going to make a champion out of him? Anybody in your stable got a belt? Besides the one that you used on Patera?
That's not my fault.
What do you mean it's not your fault?
Because there's a conspiracy against me with the World Wrestling Federation.
Look at this clothesline by Barbie.
Barbie, a nice clothesline there. Now let's see if he, once again, a really sloppy cover. It's a shame to see that. All that good work just gone to waste.
I know now you're envious of the Colonel, Jimmy Hart. He's got the World Tag Team Champion.
I'm proud of him.
Yeah. I had the unfortunate pleasure of doing a broadcast with him several nights ago, and he referred to you as a weasel, in fact.
He said what?
He called you a weasel.
You've got to be lying.
I'm not.
Jimmy Hart would never say that about
Gorillas
me.
tell the truth.
Well, I'll tell you something about Jimmy Hart. No, wait a minute. You're not going to get me involved in a name-calling thing.
Hey, I'm just...
I know what you want to do.
Reiterating what the weasel said.
You're like the guy on that beer commercial. This sits back on these two guys.
God.
Yeah, Conrad Dobler. No, you're not going to get me involved. Jimmy Hart would never have called me a weasel.
Regrouping outside the ring, Dave Barbie.
That little runt knows better.
What little runt, huh? Okay, I'll mark that one down.
Poffo giving Barbie no room to get in the ring. Referee trying to hold him back quite unsuccessfully. Out goes Barbie again. Poffo doesn't seem to want him on the inside of the ring.
Got a nice head of hair, I'll give him that. Barbie does. Look at the shoulders, the massive. I understand he bench presses somewhere in that 600-pound range. Lanny's getting a little frustrated.
He is. Lanny's trying to make something happen here, and Barbie is using a lot of spoiling tactics. And
this is the first time I've seen Leaping Lanny with that killer instinct.
He wants to put this guy away.
There's some really hard right foot shots.
I don't see anybody make him that mad.
Look out. Missed the drop kick.
Barbie in with a nice elbow. Let's see what he does this time. No, he's not even attempting to cover him.
Yeah, he doesn't have a vast knowledge.
He's also running out of gas.
Well, I could take him in I bet you the shortest time. And
now he's coming in for a suplex. Got it nicely. Lost his balance slightly there, but still managed to bring Poffo down very heavily. And another sloppy cover.
You're saying, Brain, that all the guy needs is experience and a manager.
Well, he needs it down inside. He needs it.
You got the king. Look at the experience he's got. Wrestled all over the world. Does he have a championship belt? No.
That's not my fault. It's not the King's. Like I told you, there's a conspiracy out here. They don't want me to manage champions. That was evident in WrestleMania the way I was jobbed and Andre was jobbed. I'm the first
one to talk about.
Poffo going for his back leap.
Oh, he nailed it with it. Hooks the leg. Goodbye.
Just a nice move there by Poffo at the right time. I think Poffo waited for that moment to make that superb effort there. Barbie's on his hands and knees wondering what precisely happened.
Leaving Lanny Poffo with a big victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this contest, Leaping Lanny Poffo.
Leaping Lanny Poffo. Let's go back and take a look at his patented back flip. 1 foot on the second rope, 1 foot on the top, hooks the leg of the big guy. The tank was on E, Alfred, so he couldn't kick out.
It wasn't.
Well, luckily for Lanny Poffo, that match stretched out quite a bit of time, and that's what enabled him to put away, finally, Dave Barbie, who literally ran out of gas out there. While this, my cohort here has not contributed
I can
very
get rid
much.
of him in a minute like that, yeah.
I was thumbing through the latest edition of the World Wrestling Federation magazine. A very interesting article in here about the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart and the Honky Tonk Man.
Hold on, I'd like to put him on to you.
I'd like to make a quote here. Would you like to read this quote here? Hello, who is this? Listen,
one day the Honky Tonk
Man
is going to own a mansion in Memphis. That'll make Graceland look like a servant's quarters.
Yeah, isn't that garbage?
Makes sense to me.
This sounds like Lance Wilshire. Is this Lance Wilshire on the other end of this? I'm not talking to Lance.
This isn't Lance
He'll
Wilshire.
He'll have to deal with my friend Rizzo. Hello. But as we were saying, it's a very interesting article here about the Honky Tonk Man, and most of the garbage that's in here is right out of the mouth of the Colonel. In fact, right now we're going to go to another one of our colleagues, Mean Gene Okerlund, as he is with the Colonel and the Honky Tonk Man.
Roll it.
Go to the interview.
Roll it.
All right, I want to bring in a big part of the Hart Foundation. Actually, it's the Jimmy Hart family and friends. Jimmy Hart, you are on a roll right now in the World Wrestling Federation. You've got the tag team champions of the world, Bret the Hitman Hart and Jim the Anvil Neidhart.
You know, they say when you're on top, you got to let it rock, and that's exactly what the Foundation's doing. Dangerous Danny Davis, the Honky Tonk Man, and the world champions, the Hart Foundation, baby.
You know, Danny Davis, I want to quiz you regarding an incident that took place in front of a national television audience recently on Saturday night's main event, to be specific. You blasted George the Animal Steel. You came out of nowhere and blasted him in the side of the head with a 20-pound steel belt. Don't deny it.
I'm going to deny that accusation.
Not guilty.
That's not what happened.
You just are going to just come right out and say I didn't do it?
I didn't do it.
I've got the videotape. I know better.
I think you're wrong. You always come out here and you always accuse someone in the Hart Foundation of stealing or doing something wrong in the ring.
Who did I say stole anything in the Hart Foundation? I didn't say that.
You've referred to the Hart Foundation in many different ways. I resent it. Jimmy Hart resents it. Honky Tonk resents it. And the Hart Foundation resents it.
The only thing that I said recently was that when you were a referee, I got the feeling you might have been doing business.
When I was a referee, I was the best referee there was. And now that I'm a wrestler, I'm going to be the best wrestler there can be.
That's you were the best. You were the best referee there ever was in the world.
That's right.
That's
exactly.
That's why you got fired, right?
Once you're making sense.
All right. Enough is enough. Thank you. Honky Tonk, welcome once again. You got to tune that guitar up sooner or later, pal.
That's what I was trying to do, and you was pecking me on the shoulder and was messing my song all up. Tell me about it. Tell me about the DDT now. Tell me that the final votes are coming down. The final votes are being counted, and you tell the world that it's over. It's over for the DDT.
Well, that decision is going to be announced very shortly by World Wrestling Federation President Jack Tunney. To the best of my knowledge, though, it doesn't look like the DDT is going to be banned.
Oh, to the best of your knowledge. You tell him, Colonel. Tell him how many thousands and thousands of votes you found stuffed back in a filing cabinet in the rear side of that big fat Jack Tunney's office. Yeah, that's what's been happening to the votes, but we've got to the bottom of it now. And I know that my friends, and I know that all of my fans, the people that love the Honky Tonk Man, and thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for writing in. Thank you for calling in, and please keep the cards and letters coming because the final days are coming. The final day, the final countdown.
To ban the DDT.
It's all over. I know it's going to be over because those hundreds of thousands of cards and letters we found in the back room will be counted.
I like that a lot.
We're back, folks, and about to take you to Houston, Texas for a most unusual... Oh, look at that. What a good shot that is of the weasel doll there. We had on the camera. Did you see it? You missed the shot. Had a nice shot of the horse collar.
I don't know if I'm going to continue talking to you at all this evening.
How much longer are you going to wear that? I asked you.
I told you until I'm well.
Oh, excuse me. We're going to go right now, in fact, to Houston, Texas. An interesting matchup. Iron Mike Sharpe. I don't like his chances against a guy named Sam Houston.
I like his chances.
You would.
I would.
Houston Coliseum, the location, Gorilla Monsoon here at ringside with Bobby the Brain Heenan as we're taking a look at newcomer to the World Wrestling Federation, young Samuel Houston, against the ring veteran Iron Mike Sharpe. Iron Mike Sharpe, you're going to have your injury as long as he's had his, about 9 years now. You're going to be wearing that horse collar that long?
I'm going to be wearing this until my physician tells me I don't have to wear it. You think I like wearing it?
I don't know. I think you kind of
What do you think? I
comfortable.
want sympathy? You think I'm gold bricking it?
Well, you mentioned all the things that were right on the top of my list.
Well, no, I have an injury. I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm not trying to make people feel sorry for me. I don't need the sympathy of the humanoids.
Samuel Houston giving away 60 or 70 pounds here. The big Iron Mike Sharpe, but the youngsters got that speed and agility going for him. Full Nelson here, he won't have much success with it.
Well, he is fast, he is quick, he is young, but with a veteran like Mike Sharpe, I don't think he has much of a chance.
Complete reversal, as we've seen so many times. The one Hercules Hernandez applied this with tremendous force.
Probably the man that has the most devastating full Nelson in wrestling today.
You're talking about Billy Jack now.
I'm talking about Hercules.
Oh, nice arm drags by the youngster. And Iron Mike decides to take a little hike ski for himself, raising the ire of the fans here at ringside. Tremendous lineup here this week in Houston. Of course, put together by Paul Bosch, great promoter, former great, all-time great in the world of professional wrestling. His name is synonymous with professional wrestling.
He's fair, I guess, to
fair.
some people.
I understand he did a lot for your career.
Yeah, he suspended me in Houston here for a year one time.
Oh, nice maneuver. 360 backflip. Takes him over with a nice arm drag.
I've always had money problems with Paul Bosch. Man's got fish hooks in his pocket, so he won't have to go in there.
Please, are you kidding? I thought you didn't have any money problems, all that Beverly Hills property you own.
I have more property in California, I told you I bought.
Yeah, I understand.
Retirement home for Patera. I bought Alcatraz, so you feel at home. You just hang around the yard all day, take the tin cup, run it across the bars.
Iron Mike wanting to test his strength here. Not a good idea for young Samuel Houston.
Well, he's dumb. He's from Texas. He'll try it. So he's going to go for it. Mike, don't let the humanoids influence you. Go about what you're doing. Forget they're out there.
A guy like Iron Mike Sharpe needs a little direction. Would you consider taking him under your wing?
I'm pretty busy at this particular time. I'm full.
With what? With guys like Bundy? Fast food king?
The fast food king. There has been times when he has to stop and...
Understand he scuffed down 42 Big Macs in 37 minutes. This must be some kind of a record.
You'll probably say without even taking him out of the box, won't you?
No, I didn't say that.
I know what you're going to say.
Test of strength indeed. I don't think that Samuel can win this, as he's dropped to his knees immediately by the man claiming to be Canada's greatest athlete, Iron Mike Sharpe. Referee checking to see if they want a submission in there. Samuel got to get to his feet here to alleviate some of that downward pressure. Oh, planted one right in the midsection.
I told you he'd lock fingers with him. The guy's dumb. You don't lock fingers with a man that's bigger than you, stronger than you, and a veteran. You try to get him down off his feet. Let his punk will learn, I guess.
A lot of great wrestling fans here in the Houston area. They're being treated as some of the best in the World Wrestling Federation. Youngsters still fighting this. A lesser guy would have given up a long time ago because Mike has got that powerful upper body. The youngster's on his feet. Oh, he caught him with a leg. Spin around, look out, atomic drop coming up. He nailed him with it. Over for the cover, he won't get him that way. Good idea, but it takes more than that to put away Iron Mike Sharpe. A couple of big right hands. Look out, perhaps a bulldog. We might see a bulldog coming up here. Look out. Oh, he got shoved off right at the last moment.
I think you've seen the end of Mr. Sam Houston.
Very
you can
possible.
count him out here. One,
over for the cover.
two,
1, 2.
three.
Nope. Snuck out the back door. Referee Dave Hepner right on top of the situation. Only a 2 count. Duck underneath. Look out. There it is. That 360 bulldog. He nailed him with it.
He's hooking his punch. I can see it from
here. He got it.
The winner of the match, Sam Houston.
Well, young Samuel Houston, I don't know, it's kind of nice to go into a town that bears your namesake, Sam Houston Memorial Coliseum, is it not?
So he got a win, so now he, let's say he won a match in Newark. Would he be Sam Newark?
No, he wouldn't be Sam Newark, no. He'd be Lance Wilshire if he won a match in Beverly Hills, I guess.
I don't know what his name is. He'll never wrestle in Beverly Hills. I'll see to that.
Yeah. Yeah. You're obviously impressed with the guy because you're knocking him right off the bat.
I'm not knocking him. I'm just telling the truth. It's not easy to sit out here.
You're telling the truth?
Are you calling me a liar?
You resemble that remark, yes.
I'm not a liar.
Well.
You're insinuating to the people that I'm not really injured. I'm gold bricking.
You got it.
I'm just laying around trying to do nothing, trying to get sympathy. I'm not that way at all.
Got that.
My neck bothers me.
Well, I got a remedy for you. You know what to take if your neck is bothering you. Plenty more action still to come, including our feature,
What?
Honky Tonk against Billy Jack.
He
We'll
thinks
be back.
it's funny. I'm injured. I'm sick.
Well, we're about to go back to Toronto's Maple Leaf Gardens for a most interesting matchup. You know, you've had legal advice, you've had medical advice. Are you seeking any spiritual advice as well?
Yes, I am.
You are.
Tammy and Jim have been consulting me.
The Bakers?
Yes.
Give me a break. They're in enough trouble without you getting involved. Go on. You're putting me on.
No, I'm not putting you on.
Right now, let's go to Toronto's
You know
Maple
what
Leaf
Tammy
Gardens.
told me about you?
Take a look at Outback Jack. What?
She told me if she was ever in need.
This contest is scheduled for 1 fall. Introducing first in the ring from Quebec, weighing 257 pounds, Frenchie Martin. His opponent is from Australia, weighing 310 pounds, Outback Jack.
From Humpty-Doo, Australia.
Whoa, where?
Humpty-Doo.
He's from Humpty-Doo, Australia?
You got it.
I mean, that nitwit owns up to being from Humpty-Doo, Australia, not Sydney or Melbourne.
No, Humpty-Doo, that's where he's from, very close to the Outback. That's why they call him Outback Jack.
That's why I call him Outhouse Jack.
Well, not to his face, you don't.
I'm not afraid of him. It's a nice haircut he's got if you're going to the chair.
Well, it's very economical. Probably didn't cost him anything. Bell's underway. He's in there with a real ring veteran in Frenchie Martin. Boy, I've seen him go through some tough competition all over the world. Australia, South America, Puerto Rico, Brooklyn. I'm surprised they let Outback wear that kind of a belt. That's a weapon right there in the ring when you think about it.
Yeah, but I don't think he'd be dangerous with it. You know, he's got no mind.
I understand he's very well read, very intelligent. Powerhouse, that's for sure.
I guess he likes to hunt and fish.
Yes.
Kind of a simple-minded soul, isn't he?
Likes to hunt strange things like alligators and wallabies.
And capture him and nail him on his shirt.
Well, one got away, I think. Imagine this staring into the face and mouth of a 1,500 pound croc. Frenchie had blocked on the right hand. Whoa, did he back up? Threw it in reverse in a hurry. Gonna make this guy mad. Gonna make the big guy mad. What is he, 300 pounds, did he say on the way in?
310.
310.
Pay attention.
Oh, sorry. Very intense look on the face of both men. Side headlock by Frenchie. Got rid of him, shoulder block. Didn't have much success with it. Oh, nice elbow, followed him right in very nicely.
Well, I'm going to say something now. Outback is learning the American way of wrestling. That wasn't a bad move.
Oh, gee.
He surprised me.
We should call the newspaper or something.
Maybe that's not hair. Maybe that's nerve ends.
Frenchie caught that one right in the kisser. I don't think Frenchie can afford to lose too many more teeth.
The Outback Jack doesn't have a full set of piano keys either, you know.
Well, sometimes it's a little difficult out there in the Outback.
Yeah, if you were going to be a dentist, you wouldn't go to the Outback.
Absolutely not. You know, out there, if you have a cavity and the tooth's bothering you, you just pull it out. You don't worry about any fillings or root canal or any of that stuff.
No anesthetic or anything, right?
No, absolutely not.
Just jerk it out of your mouth.
Stuck a finger right in his eye. I don't care how big you are, that'll take its toll. Look at the chops. Oh. Dropped him with that third one.
He better tie his kangaroo down now.
Frenchie, very methodically, starting to go to work here. I'm surprised he got the guy down on all fours.
I'm not. Frenchie Martin's a tough man.
Outback retaliating with some right hands. That one right under the chin. And Frenchie resorts to another rake of the eye. Referee pointing towards the dressing room saying, that's where you're going, fella. You keep that up. Rams him into that top turnbuckle. Oh, there's a belt coming into play there. Frenchie reaches hand right
Don't say
in.
that to me.
Oh.
I want to hear that word belt.
Well, certainly you've had your problems of late. Followed him right in nicely, Outback did. I don't know. I don't think that Outback has in his repertoire the ability to work on a guy when he's not on his feet. He keeps telling Frenchie to get up.
Well, you don't know what goes through the minds of those people that live out there in the outhouse.
Look out. High hip lock. Nailed him with it. Ah, see. He said something. I couldn't quite make it out. He wants him to get up again. Oh, nailed him with a clothesline. Oh, he's going to give it to him right in the back of the head, he said.
Frenchie, look out behind you.
Here he comes. And he did, in fact. Boomerang right to the back of the head. Goodbye, get the hot shower ready.
What a cheap shot.
Cheap shot?
Yeah. He didn't have the guts enough to hit a man forward.
He called it. He did it both ways, front and back.
The winner of this match is Outback Jack.
Outback Jack, Humpty Doo, Australia.
Humpty Dumpty, Australia.
Humpty Doo. I didn't say Humpty Dumpty. Let's go back and take a look at the boomerang action here.
See, look, the man.
Look at
What
that.
a cheap shot.
Not only did he nail him in the back of the neck, he drove his head right down into the canvas. Easy, hooked the leg, 1, 2, 3. Not too many guys going to get a 3 count on Frenchie Martin in that particular style or fashion.
You You're going to 3-count anybody if you hit him from behind.
Please. Patera hits you right from the front. We'll be back. Outback Jack continuing his winning ways here in the World Wrestling Federation, and whether you like the guy or not, he possesses quite a bit of talent.
I understand he used to be a mugger in Melbourne.
Please,
to hit people from behind when they walk by old doorways and stuff.
Anywhere near Melbourne. He comes from Humpty Doo, Australia.
Oh, that's right, the bubbling metropolis of Humpty Doo.
Well,
city limit signs are on the same post there, I understand.
You always have something derogatory to say
no,
about
it's
everybody,
a nice
except
town.
guys like Benedict Arnold and
Mr. Wonderful.
Yeah.
I know what you're referring to.
Yeah, where's he been?
He's been on kind of a hiatus.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm asking you. Where's he been?
Well, I don't book all my people and my family day in and day out.
Well, you're his manager.
Off. That's right. He wants 6 months off. I give it to him. He wants to go bowling, wants to relax, wants to do whatever he wants to do. He can do it.
Guy's hurt, right?
He's not hurt. There's nothing wrong with him.
Nothing wrong with him?
Not a thing wrong with him. I'm positive. I'm hurt.
Yeah, that's obvious. Mentally and physically, you're a little disabled.
I'm
say
not.
the least. Right now, let's go to Mean Gene, a special interview with a very intelligent individual, George
Me?
the Animal Steel.
Oh,
all right, hi again, everybody. Mean Gene Okerlund here, and my guest this week, a man that is known very well from Detroit, Michigan, truly one of the great superstars in the World Wrestling Federation. George the Animal Steel, come on in, if you will. So many things happening to you as of late here in the World Wrestling Federation, and I wanted to take the time to talk about some of the things that have been going on.
Elizabeth!
You like her, don't you?
And what's his name?
What? Macho Man Randy Savage, that's it. You like Elizabeth, don't you, George?
Russell, Macho Man. Saturday night main event.
Good, George. That's exactly what it was. Well, George, try to explain.
Little Danny Davis.
He hit you on the side of the head. He blasted you with a 20-pound steel bell.
Look out! Davis!
That name rings a bell, doesn't it, George? Danny Davis. He's not up there. You can trust, George, you can trust me. If there's anybody in this world you can trust, it's me. Pal.
Nice.
George, don't kill a good thing.
Davis!
Downski. Thanks, George.
Bye-bye.
It's main event time here on Prime Time Wrestling this week. Our feature bout, an interesting one to say the least, Brain.
The Honky Tonk Man.
Yeah, the Honky Tonk Man. We should get rid of that guitar, or learn to play it, one of the two.
Just because you're tone deaf doesn't mean everybody is.
Hey, I'm not tone deaf. I know good entertainment when I hear it, and he doesn't have it. I think that Billy Jack Haynes, who his opponent is, probably got more playing and singing ability than that guy has.
You know, I noticed something on the last interview with George the Animal and Mean Gene.
Yeah, what was it?
George the Animal Steel has
Come
more
a long
hair.
way, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. He's got more hair in his knuckles than Okerlund has on his whole head. That's the only thing I learned from that interview.
Let's go right now to the city of brotherly love, Broad and
Beverly
Patterson,
Hills.
to the Philadelphia Spectrum for our main event.
Philadelphia's a city of what?
Brotherly love.
And here he comes, Billy Jack Haynes.
Oh, man alive. Well, you talk about a dude that is put together, Billy Jack Haynes. That hat only makes him a little bit taller. I stood next to him earlier. He's a big dude. You know, about the same height at least.
Honky Tonk was looking pretty pleased with himself and taking the credit for having injured Jake the Snake Roberts, but when he heard the word or the name Billy Jack Haynes, he looked a little flustered to me.
Well, he's got to shift gears a little bit because he was ready for Jake the Snake and Damien, and now they will not make their appearance at this match at this time. Later date maybe. The Mouth of South may be quite a factor in the result of the upcoming match.
Who can tell? One thing I do know, being a wrestler or former wrestler myself, is that you do make a game plan for one particular opponent, and when suddenly that opponent is switched at the last minute to somebody else, you sometimes find yourself a little up the creek. You don't have a game plan in mind. And I can imagine why Honky Tonk was looking a little flustered there.
You know, Lord Alfred, I look at Honky Tonk Man, and those suspenders bother me. I don't know that I would want to be wearing them and have somebody grab hold of them, stretch them, and then let them snap, you know? I'm just a thought. I don't know, you know?
Quite a pleasant thought.
Oh, well, this is the first time I've ever seen him wear suspenders, and he's stalling a little bit, a little showboating there, maybe. Billy Jack Haynes just standing there. He's just staring him down. The ringsiders jumping in back of us, jumping on the likes of Honky Tonk Man.
Billy Jack Haynes, as always, looking in just fantastic condition. Honky Tonk, of course, is also in great condition, although he doesn't have those fine muscular cuts that Haynes has. However, he is a strong and a very tough competitor.
Well, the Mouth of South went over alongside the ringsiders, got between the ringsiders and the Honky Tonk Man. Said, come on, let's get in the ring now. Let's get it on.
Dick, the injury that Jake the Snake has is a most unusual injury. Apparently, where the muscle attaches itself in the back to the shoulder blade, all that has come apart and they've torn away, and it might be a long time healing.
Well, they wrap it and wait to see what happens.
Yes, the other thing, of course, is he's not going to be able to work out.
No, that's right. And that's deadly for an athlete. You got to work out.
Well, really, an upper body strength means so much in wrestling. I mean, you've got to have those firm limbs planted down your legs, but if your leg is injured, at least you can work out on your upper body.
Yeah. Well, Honky Tonk Man in control of Billy Jack Haynes here, and working on the arm and the shoulder, adding pressure. Referee kneeling down saying, well, what about it? You submit a little early for that, but you never know. The pain might be great, you might have to.
You know, one thing I found with wrestlers when they go into the ring against Honky Tonk, they are liable to underestimate this man.
Well,
he really is a very competent wrestler, and if you watch some of his moves, you'll find that he can execute them with a lot of skill.
Well, he's a needler. Look, he's ruffling the hair of Billy Jack a little bit. Oh, turnabout here, huh? Payback time. Yanking on that arm and on the shoulder, and now blows to the shoulder over and over and over again. Billy Jack is handed back the pain he took a few minutes back. Drops the elbow, nobody there.
Quick moving there by Haynes, avoided that dropping elbow. Oh, God, did you hear that, Dick?
And the ultimate insult was Billy Jack mussing the hair of the Honky Tonk Man, who takes great pride in his coiffure.
There was a little test of strength there between the two of them. Billy Jack Haynes came out on top with that. Then there was a test of speed, and Billy Jack Haynes came out on top with that. So what does that leave the Honky Tonk Man?
Well, the fans are really on the Honky Tonk Man right now.
These chops are illegal. This ain't a kung fu karate match. He's pulling the man's hair, I'm telling you.
Well, you heard the Mouth of South telling what his side of the story, more or less.
And I don't think we take too much notice of that. Pinch of salt, Jack.
Well, you can't take too seriously, in a sense, a guy who stands outside the ring. The guy inside the ring, he's the guy getting beat up. All right, they make contact against side headlock by the Honky Tonk Man of Billy Jack, and smash to the face or the forehead. He said it was an open hand. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. He was pretty quick with it.
This match started off with Honky Tonk goading Billy Jack Haynes and trying to provoke him to lose his temper. And now I believe it's gone the other way. Billy Jack Haynes is trying to humiliate the Honky Tonk Man. Anything could happen here, Dick.
Honky Tonk's got a side headlock again, and he lays a knuckle sandwich on Billy Jack Haynes. I don't know how much longer this Haynes going to put up with this stuff, because that side headlock, he twists and turns, has his back to the referee, does Honky Tonk Man, gives him a shot with a closed fist and not the open hand, as he says. Referee's buying this so far.
Well, Honky Tonk will try and have his way with the referee and try and snatch any sort of crumbs he can get.
Here's that side headlock
from
again.
The referee.
Whoa!
Nice block.
Oh, nice block. Couple of chops for himself. Billy Jack, back body drop. Oh, hello there. Oh,
high back drop by Haynes. Honky Tonk tried to slither out the ring there, but caught by a very alert Haynes.
Here's a snapmare takedown and a headlock by Billy Jack on Honky Tonk. Referee checking to make sure there's no chokehold. There isn't. Billy Jack says, I've had enough of this in the past. I'm going to hand back his head to him.
Those powerful arms, the powerful arms of Haynes locked around Honky Tonk's head, and Honky Tonk not able to do much about it.
Well, I'll say one thing for the Honky Tonk Man. He's a gamer, trying like crazy to get to his feet, and has. But he's still in the bad part of town. Side headlock, the pressure still maintained by Billy Jack. A little hair pull. Referee, where are you? He's looking down. He should be looking up. Into the ropes. Dodging him. Oh, hello there. How do you like it, man?
Tremendous tackle. Moving at such a high rate of speed by Haynes.
Hey, Haynes says, no, you're not going away, man. Snapmare takedown again. Right on top of him. Maybe the beginning of a sleeper hold. Yeah, Honky Tonk Man, a little showboating there to the crowd when he should be paying attention to Billy Jack. And you saw what happened there. Grabbing for the hair again.
I think also Honky Tonk was trying to shake the cobwebs out from that tremendous tackle by Haynes. Haynes showing the hallmark of a good wrestler there, going back to a move that profited him before.
Well, you would know.
Honky Tonk Man upset. Colonel definitely upset. Who's that? Is that Miss Betty?
Just a moment. What?
Is that Miss Betty?
No, it's Tammy Faye.
Oh, okay. Because if it was Miss Betty, I want to give her a few words of advice.
Like what?
To stay away from the Vice Squad.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, she'll know exactly what I'm talking about. What an interesting matchup in the Philadelphia Spectrum. A beauty. We're going to be back with the exciting conclusion.
Her and that
of this
dancer
matchup.
are just good friends. There's nothing
Victor,
more to it. Yes,
please.
Nothing more to
it.
it.
We'll be back in just a moment with the exciting conclusion of Billy Jack and the Honky Tonk Man. Stay with us.
Just because he took off. Get out.
I'd like to explain something before we go back to our match, and that is that maybe the Honky Tonk Man has something really to gripe about, because he prepared himself for this particular matchup in the Philadelphia Spectrum to face Jake the Snake Roberts. And because of an injury, that did not happen, and unbeknownst to him, he was thrown in there with Billy Jack Haynes, a very powerful individual
Well, now we're going to go to...
you don't have a clue where we are in the program or what we're doing or anything. This is just like a free time for you.
I have to conduct business 24 hours a day.
Your business is to be part of this program. Let's go back right now to Philadelphia.
That's what I was going to say.
Go ahead, say it.
We're going to go back to the match with...
Lord Alfred, just very briefly, you've been out of wrestling just a fairly brief time, but the fact is, no longer active in wrestling in the ring, but certainly on the outside. What do you see with these new guys coming along? Their body conditioning, etc. They're getting bigger, tougher, I guess.
They really are.
Not that you guys weren't tough, but these guys are incredibly large anymore.
Really.
And agile.
My wrestling weight was always 240 or thereabouts, but now it's not unusual to have men in that 260, 270 pound bracket moving with more speed than I possess then. And they have improved just so much.
Here's the trip. All right, the mouth of South trip. Billy Jack when he was bounced off the ropes. Hello, Honky Tonk Man doing a flying knee to the side. A couple of forearm free, forward blows to the back. Mouth of South made his presence felt.
The trip.
Oh! 1, 2. Kicked out of it. Caught him with an clotheslined him.
Billy Jack Haynes ran straight into that clothesline. That was a nice, very alert move by Honky Tonk Man. Of course, all that was afforded by the fact that his attention was diverted by Mouth of the South.
Well, I'll tell you, whether you like the Honky Tonk Man or not, you admit the guy knows what he's doing. Elbow smash, the back of the head. Honky Tonk Man shouting his encouragement and direction. Knee lift, Billy Jack. Oh, outside the ring, down on the Spectrum floor.
Billy Jack Haynes went out backwards there, and now the Honky Tonk Man, he's showing how nasty he can be. And he's really showing off to the crowd here.
Billy Jack rolls back in the ring, but he looks like he can't breathe too well. Must have caught an elbow or a forearm right on the throat. Take him right in the ring corner.
Honky Tonk Man pushing Billy Jack Haynes back in to the corner post there.
Pushing the referee, man. That's a no-no.
Haynes seems to be really hurting badly. He must have taken a bad spill out of the ring just then. Honky Tonk Man taking his time, very cool, very calm, very collected. A nice back elbow, stuns Haynes, and now everything in his favor. The Honky Tonk Man saying he's going to break his neck, but he's certainly giving him a lot of trouble.
Well, Haynes has taken a tremendous beating over the past 5 minutes or so. I mean, non-stop beating at the hands of the Honky Tonk Man. I don't know whether he can come back from all that. What do you think?
He has a lot of resilience, Dick. I've seen Haynes in a lot of trouble before, but he always seems to be able to dig down deep, come up with a little inner strength, and manage to snatch a victory. However, this might be something different with the Honky Tonk Man.
Well, Honky Tonk Man still distracted somewhat by the crowd. Billy Jack with a couple of elbows. Whoa, he ducks that roundhouse. Oh, flying takedown. 1, 2, kicks out. Maybe didn't have it. Takes the double chop to the neck. A series of blows to the back of the neck and the head.
That crossbody tackle by Haynes has certainly made the Honky Tonk Man erupt. He's no longer very complacent. He's lost his temper, and that might be the cause of him losing possibly this bout too.
Well, what's happening, the showboating by the Honky Tonk Man, in a sense you might say, is giving Billy Jack a breather. I don't know if that's actually helping him. He's taking him right off the top rope there. What, choking? Count of 3. Pulls the rope, back goes Billy Jack. And a feeling and a smile on the face of the Honky Tonk Man, self-satisfaction. He loves it.
Honky Tonk Man taking full advantage of that 5 count on the ropes.
Body slam. I don't know. Look. Ooh. Oh, that does smart. Nobody home. Oh. The double chop coming up, but instead Billy Jack retaliates. Going for the midsection on Honky Tonk Man. Honky Jack coming back. Tough dude. Smashing away at Billy Jack. Smashing at him. Got him locked in the corner. Whoa!
Reverse. Atomic drop there by Haynes has floored the Honky Tonk Man. Now the Honky Tonk Man is striving hard to get to his feet. He does. And he's going to give a back suplex to Billy Jack Haynes, who goes down heavily on the back of his head.
Haynes is favoring the back of his head. He and all. 1, 2. Manages to kick out about 2.5. Honky Tonk's getting frustrated. All right, what now? Whoa! A little bit of boogaloo there. Whoa! Back body drop by Billy Haynes on Honky Tonk.
I think Honky Tonk Man has taken this belt far too complacently because he's allowing Billy Jack Haynes to escape from all the hard positions he's been in. And I don't think he'll win this one either against Billy Jack Haynes.
Maybe not. Haynes is upset. He's on a tear.
Tremendous back chop by Haynes. 2 or 3 blows to the head. Throws in. Honky Tonk Man, back elbow. Honky Tonk Man down and obviously stunned.
Well, Billy Jack not waiting. He's right on top of him. Little suplex coming up. Oh!
tremendous twisting suplex there by Haynes, who held Honky Tonk Man up for at least 2 seconds before dropping it.
Haynes is upset.
He's going for his full Nelson. This is his hold. One side.
Got away.
Mount to the south there. Oh! Woo! A quick cover there by Billy Jack Haynes. He's got it. A great cover there. A great move by Haynes. And the Honky Tonk Man found himself on the wrong end of that. Well, let's go to the ring for the official verdict.
Let's get it.
Here is your winner, Billy Jack Haynes.
Wow, things sort of backfired
Shallow
for the
victory.
Mouth of the South. That's what happens when you guys decide to get involved in the match.
Honestly, I wasn't there.
Well, but you do that. I've seen you jump on the apron on a number of occasions.
Just to help the referee.
What business do you have jumping on
I
the
have an
apron or
investment
jumping
in
in
there.
the ring for that matter? I've seen you inside the ring.
I'm not going to discuss this with you. I have an investment with the people in my family, the main people I manage. I want that investment protected. When I have the competence of a referee like Joe Morello.
Don't you care about money? Don't you care about the winner's share of the money? Is
I
that
have-
part
I
of
get
what
my-
it's all
I mean,
about?
I'm-
Yeah, you get yours first. That's what you meant to say, right?
No, I didn't mean to say that.
But that's what you were
now
gonna
you're
say.
trying to imply to people that I'm ripping these guys off that I manage. And
Well,
I'm
that's
losing
what
money from
happens when managers jump on the apron and jump in the ring. That automatically constitutes a disqualification, and you go home with the short end of the money.
in the ring. I don't. I wait a minute. I'm defending myself for nothing. I didn't do nothing. That was Jimmy Hart that jumped up on the apron there.
But I know it was Jimmy Hart. I'm just saying that's what you do on occasion as well. Well, folks, that wraps it up for another week here on Prime Time Wrestling. As usual, we had some tremendous matches, and next week will be no exception. We'll have some more. Right now, I want to take this opportunity and time to remind everybody about our Prime Time calendar offer. You fill out a little postcard with your return address on it and send it to Prime Time Calendar Offer, P.O. Box 3864, Stamford, Connecticut 09005.
06905. I have to do everything.
Well,
you just did that purposely to see if I was paying
attention. You never pay attention. And once
Free
again,
calendar.
It is a free calendar, and what we're going to do is, after a couple of weeks, we're going to pick 100 of the postcards at
100
random.
humanoids will have a calendar. You think
free
they care
calendar.
what day it is or what month it is? They don't know what's going on. Let me wrap it up now. You've blown the zip code. Now I'll wrap it up.
Go ahead.
Well, another evening of prime time has gone by. Now next Monday night, we'll all be here again.
No, we won't. We're not on Monday night next week. We're on Wednesday night next week.
No one told me that. What if I'd have showed up here Monday night and sat here in a dark room? That'd have been fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would have been
in my
fun
condition,
for you.
It's next Wednesday night.
Next Wednesday we'll be on, yes.
I knew that. I just wanted to see if you were aware of it.
What's going to be on Monday?
Badminton.
Yeah, tennis.
Same thing.
Next Wednesday night.
See, you're trying to make a fool out of me.
It's not hard.